Is it just me, or have you ever wondered what actually causes gold prices to go up and down? So, when I started learning about gold recently, I was a little disappointed to learn there wasn't a green golden man behind the curtain in charge of pricing the whole thing. Kidding, sort of. It turns out there are actually a lot of really interesting factors that go into how it's priced and when the value fluctuates. So, the first thing I learned is that the price of gold is generally related to the current value of the US dollar. Metal is dollar dominated. That means that a stronger US dollar tends to keep the price of gold both lower and more controlled. On the other hand, a weaker US dollar is likely to drive the price of gold higher due to increasing demand. This is because more gold is typically purchased when the dollar is weaker, which most commonly occurs throughout periods of inflation. Because of this, gold is commonly seen as a hedge against inflation. So as inflation rushes up, so does the price of gold. I also learned that central banks always hold both paper currency as well as gold in reserve. So as national central banks diversify their monetary reserves away from their accumulated paper currencies and into gold, the price of gold typically rises. Oh, and here's a fun fact. The total central bank gold reserves is currently made up of approximately 35,500 metric tons. That's roughly 1/5 of all the gold ever mined. All of this has been purchased within the last decade, so it's pretty clear that this trend will continue over the next few years. A few of the other factors that impact the prices are inflation, investment demands, the actual gold production process, and geopolitical crises and world events. There's a wealth of knowledge to be explored when it comes to gold and investing. Which part interests you most? Let us know in the comments, and let's learn together.